talk. Question number 1 from France. My name is Francois. Good evening, Bhante. I would like to overcome sexual desire in order not to have any sexual activities anymore. I know about the meditation on 32 parts, but I don't know how often per day I have to meditate on them, and is it the only practice which can help me with my gratitude and metta.
You want to look at the body as repulsive, unattractive. So you have to look at the 32 parts, or look at the body when it becomes a corpse, when it dies. Think of the unattractive part of the body, and you have to contemplate or think about it continuously until you remember it all the time. Because if you don't, when you see attractive body, you can become aroused by what you see. And if you want to get rid of your desire, you have to use the repulsive or the unattractive part of the body. So you have to be able to bring it out right away when you need it. See. So it's a matter of testing yourself and see. When you think you have enough asubha perception, the perception of the unattractiveness of the body, then you try to look at an attractive body and see if you can use the asubha that you have contemplated to stop your desire. So it's a matter of trial and error. If you still cannot stop, that means you need to contemplate more.
So all the time?
Yeah, because you don't know when your desire will arise.
Okay. Question number 2 is from Singapore. Among us, can Ajahn explain more the context? In one of Long Paul's talk, Ajahn said if we have practiced to Sotapanna, then we at least will not regress. But if we stop practicing, the samadhi that we have achieved before, it may not be possible to get back again. So my question is it true that once we regress, we will not have samadhi again? And how can we have the chance to go higher?
Well, samadhi is still in the level of anicca. It still can digress. It can still flow, what you call fall back. So you have to maintain mindfulness, keep practicing samadhi, because if you stop, after a while you will lose that ability to enter into samadhi. But with the sotapanna, that is the level in which one attains to by vipassana or wisdom, which can protect the mind from falling back. So it's different thing. With samadhi you use mindfulness. With attainment you use wisdom or insight. If you use wisdom or insight, it cannot fall back. But if you use mindfulness or sati, it can fall back. When you lose your mindfulness, when you don't maintain your mindfulness, you let your mind think about things, then the mind will become restless and agitated again. So with samadhi, you need to maintain your mindfulness all the time.
Question number 3. So is laziness normal in the nature of beings? And as a monk, where to find the strength to fight this laziness?
Laziness is normal for ordinary beings. And in order to fight laziness, you have to use diligence to fight it. You must keep yourself busy. And busy practicing, not busy making money, busy going out and have fun. You want to be busy practicing the Dhamma, especially the development of mindfulness, the development of samadhi, and the development of panya or wisdom. So this is something you have to force yourself to do. Because if you don't force yourself, then laziness will take over right away. So So maybe you have to set up a schedule and stick to the schedule. I have to do this at this time. When the time comes, just do it. If you don't have a schedule, when the time comes, your laziness might tell you, "Oh, I don't want to do it. I want to rest. I don't feel well. It's too cold, too hot. I'm hungry. I'm too full." So there will be all kinds of excuses if you don't set up a resolve or a schedule. You have to have resolution that you will keep busy, keep practicing regardless of what happens. The only time you stop is when you sleep or when you die.
Question number 4 is from France. When a person attains Sotapanna, how does he know that he has entered the stream in his previous life when he comes back to this earth?
Well, he will have the same ability. A Sotapanna will never doubt the Buddha, the Dhamma, or the Sangha. A Sotapanna is never attached to the body, to his death.
So can his samadhi regress, or can he occasionally break precepts?
No, he would not. He would not break precept because he knows that the body is not worth breaking the precept for. Because when you break the precept, you feel bad. So you don't want to feel bad by your own action. So a Sotapanna will not break the precept.
Can he not encounter Dhamma or the real teaching for his remaining rebirth?
He has the Dhamma inside his heart already. He saw the Four Noble Truths. A Sotapanna knows that his mental suffering arises from his own cravings. So his goal is to get rid of his cravings. So he doesn't need anybody to teach him anymore. He can move forward by himself, although it might be slower than having a teacher guiding him. That's only the difference. If you have a teacher, someone who has become enlightened on the higher level, they can be helpful to guide you. But if you don't have a teacher, at least you have the Four Noble Truths as the standard for you to practice. But you might be slow because you don't know exactly how to do it, how to get rid of your cravings. But you might have to do by trial and error. So it might take a little time. But you know your goal is to get rid of your cravings. Because you know your craving is the one that makes you feel fat, feel sad, feel unhappy. So you try to search for your craving. When you're sad, when you're unhappy, you ask yourself, what am I craving for? What do I desire for? And once you found it, then you will find a way to stop that craving. Okay.
Question number 5. It is often said that the result of our action, the pala, follow the entrance in Magga after some mind moments. That means the results of our actions are past. But in the sutra it was mentioned that merits from giving dana to a person who has entered the stream, a Sotapanna, the fruit can come later on and does not follow the entrance of the path. So can Ajahn clarify whether the result come a few thought moments after the Magga, or the Magga and Pala can be separated by much longer time?
Well, the Magga is like climbing the step, walking up the step. If you're still walking up the step, then you haven't got to the floor that you want to get up to. But once you get to the floor, then you get there. So it's a matter of how much Magga, how much time it takes for you to develop the Magga. Some people can develop it quickly, some people can develop it slowly. That's why a Sotapanna, some Sotapanna may take 7 lives before he reach Nibbana. Some Sotapanna can reach in this life. So it's just a matter of how good the Magga is, how good his samadhi and his wisdom is. his panya. If he has strong samadhi, strong panya, then he can move forward very quickly. If he is not good in samadhi or panya, he might have to move slowly. So it varies. It differs from each person.
This person also asked if she gives dana to a sotapanna, are the results will give fruit later on, like for a longer period, not only like this time. But
well, giving dana will only make you feel good, and it has nothing to do with the sotapanna, except that you can get the dhamma from the sotapanna. If the sotapanna give you the dhamma and you understand, you might be able to become a sotapanna yourself. If you give food to an ordinary monk or an ordinary person, he won't be able to teach you the way to become a sotapanna. So that's just the difference. If you give food to an arahant, he can tell you how to become an arahant. But if you give food to a sotapanna, he can only tell you how to become a sotapanna, but he cannot tell you how to become an arahant.
Next question, number 6. The Buddha taught that we have to stay in the body all the time. However, in your teaching, you mentioned about meditation to separate the mind and the body. That means the mind leaves the body. So we are not in the body. Can Ajahn explain it?
I don't know what you get from the teaching that the Buddha said you have to stay in the body all the time. I think that's a misunderstanding. I think that means mindfulness, to be mindful of the body. That doesn't mean for the mind to be inside the body. It's for the mind to use the body to develop mindfulness. But when you have mindfulness and when you sit in samadhi, then the body and the mind will separate temporarily.
Question number 7 from the same person from France. My daughter has a natural way to have out-of-body experience, astral level when sleeping. The Buddha say it is dangerous because we always have to stay in the body and not to leave the body. Is it different from the result from meditation to separate the mind and body?
Well, in fact, the mind and the body is never together. It's only connected by the consciousness of the mind. The mind sends the consciousness toward the body and attach itself to the body, and it gathers information from the body, like the thing that the body sees, it sends to the mind, through the connector, the consciousness connector. So the mind and the body are actually two separate persons, and they're not in the same. The mind is not in the body in this sense of the word. And when you meditate, you merely pull back the consciousness away, the connector away, like unplugging the computer from the electrical outlet. When you meditate, you pull the plug up from the body, so the mind doesn't receive any information from the body. So whatever happens to the body when you're in meditation doesn't bother you, see. But when you come out of meditation, you replug the connector to the body. And the purpose of meditation practice is to enlighten the mind that the mind is not the body, that they are two separate entities. And the problem with the mind is that it thinks that it is the body, so it becomes attached to the body. And whatever happens to the body, it clings to the body. It wants the body to last, but the body doesn't last. So when the body has to die, it causes the mind suffering. See? But if the mind has wisdom, has the true knowledge, true understanding that this body is not the mind. It's like a driver and a car. When the car breaks down, the driver doesn't break down with the car. The driver just get out of the car and go get a new car. When the body dies, if the mind still need a new body, it goes and take a rebirth. But if the mind doesn't want rebirth, then it has to stop the desire to use the body. Right now the mind uses the body to bring it happiness, because the mind wants to see, want to hear, want to go here and there, so it needs the body to do this for the mind. So it depends on the body, so it doesn't want to lose the body, because when there's no body, then it cannot do things that it wants to do, then it will become unhappy. But if you understand, you see that by having a body, you are carrying a burden, because the body you have to look after, you have to feed, you have to take care, you have to protect it, and then it will also have to get sick, get old, and die anyway. So it's more, it hurts the mind more than helps the mind to have the body. If you see this with wisdom, then you will not want to use the body anymore. So you get rid of your desire to use the body to bring you happiness, and you come back and find the happiness you can get from meditation instead. So if you can have happiness from meditation, then you don't have to use the body to bring you happiness. Then you won't have any desire to rely on the body or depend on the body. So when you don't depend on the body, then whatever happens to the body will not hurt you, will not hurt the mind.
So she asked about her daughter that have out of body experience.
It's just the mind. It's just the mind creating this experience in itself. It has nothing to do with the body.
So does she has a natural meditation ability?
It's not meditation ability. It's just out of mind experience ability, which is harmful. At least it's not useful. Let's put it that way. It doesn't educate the mind to let go of the body, to let go of everything. So if you become involved or become attached to this kind of experience, it will just waste your time, that's all. It will not lead you to Nibbana.
Question number 8 from Melbourne, Australia. My name is Amar. In the Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha described there are two kinds of practitioners. One is the true followers who accept Dhamma after ponder over it with wisdom. The second one is the faith follower. They are incapable of passing away until they realize the stream entry. And some elder monks call them lesser stream entry or maturing stream entry. Can Ajahn explain about this sutta and clarify if there are indeed people who are destined to enter the stream of Dhamma in this life?
Well, people who had faith in the teaching of the Buddha does not see things like the person who has wisdom sees. It's like a blind person and a person with good vision. A blind person has to rely on somebody else to tell you what's going on around you, and he has to use faith to believe what he hears from the person. But with the person with wisdom, is the person who has opened his eyes, who can see everything, so he doesn't have to rely on other people to tell him what's happening around him. So the person who has faith in the Buddha has faith in the Four Noble Truths. But the person who has wisdom, who has become a Sotapanna, he sees the Four Noble Truths. So that's the two different things.
Can Ajahn also advise how to reach this level?
Just have to practice Sila, Samadhi, and Panya.
Question number 9 from Perth, Western Australia. It is said that Parinibbana is likened to a flame extinguishing on a candle. My question is, what happens to the citta of an arahant after he or she Parinibbana?
The citta of the arahant and the citta of us ordinary beings are the same. The only difference is that the citta of the arahant is pure, has no defilements, has no lopa, dosa or moha, has no craving, no kama tanha, bhava tanha, and vibhava tanha. And that's the only difference. And the mind that has no kilesa or defilement doesn't take rebirth, that's all. But the mind, ordinary people who still have greed, have defilements, have cravings, they keep on rebirthing again and again.
Question number 10. How important is it for Putujana to be under the guidance of a good living teacher as opposed to relying on the sutta alone?
Well, the sutta is limited because when you read, you have to interpret it. And you can misinterpret what you read. But with a living teacher, when you misinterpret his teaching, he can correct you. So that's the difference. It's better to be with a living teacher because he can guide you and correct you. But with the sutta, it can only guide you, but it cannot correct you. When you misinterpret the sutta, you can go in the wrong direction without knowing it.
Question number 11 from Malaysia. Master, I am Maitreya Chan. I have been thinking if I do good actions, I gain kusala karma, and if I do bad action, I acquire akusala karma. Both ways, I'm going to reborn again and again. So if I don't do anything, I will not accumulate any karma. My question is, why should I do good karma? Because if I accumulate a good karma, kusala karma, I may reborn in rupa or arupa realms, whose lifespan is in Mahakapa. I'll be wasting my time there, since my goal as a Buddhist is to attain Nibbana. So I'm confused. Please enlighten me. Why should I do good action, Master?
First, you have to do good action before you can move up to the level where you don't have to do anything. See, normally, your good action is to counter your bad action. And the bad action is actually good action to you, but you don't know it's bad action. What is bad action? What is bad action that you think is good action? Like making money, having fun, going to travel, and do all sort of happiness through the body. To you, it's good action, but to the Buddha, this is bad action. So you need to do dana to counter this bad action. Instead of spending your money on vacationing, traveling, spend it on charity instead. This will then stop your bad action, which will accumulate your rebirth. See, if the more you spend money on your desire to travel, the desire to have fun, you are accumulating more rebirth. So you have to stop this desire by, instead of using the money to spend on this desire, spend it on charity instead. When you give to charity, it also makes your mind become content, less desiring. You don't have to feel like you have to travel to make you happy, because the happiness that you gain from doing good karma is far better. So that's the reason why, if you still do bad action, you have with your money, then you have to give your money away to charity. Then it will make your mind become peaceful and calm and content. Then you can meditate. See? That's the reason. This good action, kusala karma, will lead you to be able to meditate. If you don't do this charity, good karma, you will keep spending your money, looking for happiness by using money, and that will cause you to make more money. So you won't have time to meditate, to stop your desire, because your desire is that the one that drives you to the next birth. If you don't want to be reborn, you have to stop your desire. And to stop your desire, you have to meditate. To meditate, you have to have the time to meditate. And to have the time to meditate, you have to stop making money and spending money.
Okay. So question number 12 is from Portugal. What is the cause for people to have different characters and behaviors, such as being funny, being tough, being attractive, and being charming?
It's our daily activity that we do every day. We are accumulating this The more we do something, the more we become adept, we call proficient. Yeah. So this is something that we accumulate through our past lives until it become part of our character. But we can change them. If we think this kind of behavior is not good, we can try to stop it. Like if we think smoking cigarettes is bad, drinking is bad, you can try to stop it. See? Once you stop it, then this habit will disappear from your character. If you think being funny is bad, it doesn't make you respectable, then you stop trying to be funny. See? And eventually you will not be funny, you'll be serious. See? So you can, this is what we call karma. What you do will be the one that build up your character.
So what should we do to become smart?
Learn a lot, study a lot, listen to the Dhamma talk, read the Dhamma books, and meditate, contemplate on body, contemplate on the anicca, dukkha, anatta nature of things. Then you will become smart. Not worldly smart, but Dhamma smart, which is more important.
Question number 13 from the same person from Portugal. In terms of practice of sati, in order to get samadhi, is there a difference between, for example, doing professional cleaning, having sati in the movement of the body, or thinking Buddha while cleaning?
You can do whichever way you want, just to prevent your mind from thinking about other things. Just want to keep your mind be focused on one thing, on your cleaning activity or on a Buddha, anything, just to stop your mind from thinking aimlessly, going into the past or going into the future, because it can cause your mind to become irritated, agitated, and restless. You want to calm and stabilize your mind, so you have to focus on one thing, on a neutral object that doesn't cause any emotion.
So there's no difference.
Yeah.
Question number 14. Are emotions considered to be sankhara khanda or vedana khanda?
They are the products of Vedana. They are the products of the nama khandas. They interact with each other.
Question number 15 from Malaysia. I'm a working mom with 2 young kids, aged 2 and 6. When is the best time to meditate? Because my convenient time starts from 5 a.m. or midnight. Is it advisable to meditate midnight or late night? You
can meditate any time when you have the time. You just need to have the time, and it doesn't matter which time.
So is there any recommended time?
Well, what can I recommend? When you are busy with things, then you don't have that time to do it. So you should have to have the time that when you're not busy. But whether you can do it or not is something else, because when you have the time, you might be too tired to do it anyway. That's why it's better to leave home and become a monk or a mechi, Then you don't have to waste your time with your other things. Then you can have the time to meditate all the time.
Number 16. I read the sutta that some people attain arahantship after listening to Dhamma talks. I find it hard to believe because I think we all have defilements such as anger, greed, and delusion, which is difficult to overcome. How these people can make them disappear overnight just by listening to Dhamma? Can Ajahn comment on this?
It's not overnight that they get rid of. They have been getting rid of them continuously until the last step. Those people who can become enlightened after listening to Dhamma talk usually means they already have sila, they already have samadhi, but all they lack is wisdom. So once they heard the wisdom from the Buddha, they can apply that wisdom and become enlightened right away. Those people who listen to the Dhamma and don't become enlightened means they don't have sila, they don't have samadhi, or they don't have dana. That's why they don't become enlightened.
How about Angulimala? Someone asked.
Yeah, he already has samadhi. His sila is broken because of his delusion. He's been misled. Normally he kept the sila, but when he was told that in order to become enlightened he has to kill, so he was misled, that's all. But normally before that he kept the sila. He has samadhi already, but he doesn't have the wisdom to see that in order to become enlightened you have to kill the kilesa, the defilement, not to kill other people. So when the Buddha told him that he should stop killing people and come and kill the kilesa instead, he became enlightened right away.
Question number 17. There are different opinions about wearing amulets and believing in magic. Have I been misled for wearing it and believing it? Who is speaking the truth? Because I do not know what to believe now. Please give your opinion.
They don't worth anything. You can throw them away. It doesn't make any difference to your life. Whether you wear it or you don't wear it. It's psychological. If you believe it, then you wear it and you feel good. If you don't believe it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't help you. It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah. Okay. So the last question. So Deva can practice if he has a teacher to teach him and to reach him. What are the conditions for Deva to be able to have those teachings?
Well, first of all, the Deva has to be interested in the Dhamma practice. Secondly, there must be an Arahant or a Buddha who can connect with them. Like the Buddha and some Arahant can connect with the Devas. So they come and listen to their Dhamma talks. And after having listening, they could become enlightened. Like the Buddha's mother. She was a Deva when the Buddha became enlightened. So when he could connect with her, he taught her the Dhamma. And after 3 months, she became enlightened, become a Sotapanna.
So to connect, you have to have samadhi, right? Because otherwise, how to connect to that?
You can have samadhi as you listen to Dhamma talk. See? You can develop samadhi when you concentrate on listening to the Dhamma talk. You can use the Dhamma talk as your object of meditation. Then your mind can become calm and at the same time become enlightened with wisdom at the same time. So when you listen to Dhamma talk, you should be still. You should not think about other things. Then you will have samadhi. And once you have samadhi, then you will be able to understand the wisdom that you are listening, the knowledge. And once you understand the knowledge, then you can apply to get rid of your defilements. And then when you get rid of your defilements, you become enlightened.
Okay, that's all for today,
Okay, that's very good.
Thank you.
All right. Next time, any more questions, we'll do it again. Okay, people who have questions can send a message to your Facebook page.
And the Longpo Ajahn Suchart.com
also. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Anna will then collect this question. And when there are enough, then we can have another session like this in the future.
Thank you, Longpo.
Okay, may all you progress in the path toward enlightenment.